Let's do the thing. My name is Giancarlo Herrera. For those of you who may not know me, I am an actor. I am a voiceover dude. I'm a sound designer. I do a lot of that stuff. I'm a big D&D nerd. I DM over on a podcast called Dungeons and Drimbus. A couple of seasons in, we take conventional D&D and play it in very unconventional ways, like our second season, Hunt for the Florida Man, which is as it sounds, and our third season, which is currently running, Your Honor, which features a group of fantasy attorneys who are attempting to defend the creatures who would normally be slain in a D&D campaign. Why do I bring this up? Besides being a very rambly storyteller. The reason I say this is because we have a Patreon. Ooh, patreon.com/Drimbus. Great. There's a plug. But on that Patreon, and as our show has evolved and we've begun to branch out into different directions and try new things, one of the things I find myself doing a lot lately is either designing games or wanting to design games. For instance, I made my own proprietary system that was somewhere in between like D&D and a one-shot RPG system like One Last Job. It was one of our very early episodes, and it worked pretty well. Granted, I did not have anywhere near enough experience to maybe be trying to design a full system. However, since then, I have many more hours of TTRPG experience under my belt. Many games, many systems, and I've since designed 2 other games. I have designed This Is How You Die. It is a rules-light, improvised one-shot RPG about dying the sexiest death. It can be adapted to just about any setting, and it's really made to promote collaborative storytelling in fun, dumb, sexy ways. I've also made Turkey Lurkey Time, which is my reskin. Not really a full system, but my kind of reskin with slight modifications to Grant Howitt's Goat Crashers, which is a really excellent game. And the more and more I do this stuff, I find myself really wanting to create games. I think game design is something I'm becoming increasingly more passionate about. On our show, Dungeons and Drimbus, we deal very heavily in homebrew. And creating new mechanics, creating new creatures, creating new settings, all of that has always been very appealing to me. And there's a lot I love about D&D. I think there's a reason it's one of the most popular TTRPGs there is. The most popular, let's not beat around the bush. But I also really love things about other systems, like Powered by the Apocalypse games. I think they make for some really excellent role-playing systems, as well as like wackier other one-shots. I purchased the Ultimate Micro RPG book, Ultimate Guide to Micro RPGs. I'm gonna put a picture of it right here. And there's a lot of really fun games in that book. And they're all played in like really creative ways. There are games about drawing on each other. There are games using decks of cards instead of dice. The indie TTRPG space is really interesting and unique and innovative, which if you're a fan of, you already know. But I feel like to the layman, and I throw myself maybe a little bit more in the layman camp, the people who have only played maybe D&D or one of the Star Wars TTRPGs, maybe a Powered by the Apocalypse if you're really deep in the sauce. A lot of people don't know these things exist. I don't think I can change that. I suck at marketing. I suck at promoting things. But I do think I want to contribute to the space. I put my game, This Is How You Die, up on itch.io. Feel free to check it out. I guess links in the description. And it's also available to our patrons. And as we've played on the show, I have a pretty solid idea of a full RPG system I want to make. But I want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I get there. And so I think I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start making games. My goal is to make 12 new games. Not necessarily TTRPGs. They can be card games. They can be video games. Obviously, I do not have the skill set to pull off an entire video game right now, but 12 games I want to create over the course of this coming year. That will likely shake out to 1 game a month. It may shake out to more than 1 game a month. Hopefully, it doesn't shake out to less than 1 game a month. But I want to be really committed to creating those 12 games. And as we explore these mediums and systems and ideas, whatever it is I end up doing, I'm putting no restrictions on myself right now. I'm going to share them with you guys. I'm going to put it out for the world with the ultimate goal of creating a full TTRPG. I guess my dream TTRPG is what I want to make. Something that has the versatility of D&D while cutting back on some of the excess that tends to bog things down, and the friction points, and something that really highlights roleplay, something that gives you more options for non-combat encounters and resolutions and things like that. So yeah, this is a little rambly video. As you can see, I mean, I was in the middle of sound designing this episode. I gotta get right back to this. Spoilers, don't look for season 3 of Dungeons and Drimbus. I'm literally wrapped in a blanket. It is late, like the lighting's not very good right now. I'm recording this on an iPad because why not? I was planning on leaving this for the beginning of next year, but I just kind of realized that sometimes you just gotta do the thing.
Do it! Just do it!
You know, I feel like we get so caught up in waiting for the right time to do things, making everything perfect, making everything polished. And there's a phrase that someone said that says, if something is worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. And I have really adopted that lately. I think, you know, if you want to do something, if you think it's something worth doing, just start and it will get better as you go. And so I figured, you know, today it is December 2nd. It is 3:58 p.m. right now. But I figured, why am I waiting until January to start this when I could do it right now? I do have other things I need to be doing. Maybe this is just my way of procrastinating very elaborately. But this is something I'm really, really interested in doing, and I hope to do well. So yeah, I guess this is my public post of accountability. Maybe I'll be making other videos on here. It's been a long time since I've made them for a myriad of reasons. I have since delved very deep into the audio space. It's kind of my gig now. My cold brew. But I hope you will stick around. I hope you'll see the games I make. You'll play them. Let me know what you think. And if you're thinking about making your games, I hope that my perspective as a very, very newbie game designer will inspire you to make your own things and to follow along and share your journey. Maybe we'll learn from each other. I don't know if anyone's watching this, but I guess we'll see. That's it.